Lyd. Ja. Klar. Det blir YouTube mens vi står hele pakka. Ja. Så, ja. Jeg vet ikke hva det i plass. Hallo. Oh, which one? Yeah. I think it's brand new.
Yeah, I think it was launched in late May or something.
Yes. So I wasn't into this, but afterwards I made some research. I started to get into mechanical keyboards, I think, and I actually bought one for the office in Krakow.
Like that one?
Not the expensive today, so I didn't want to stretch the budget.
Yeah.
But I bought a keyboard, which is half of it.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's
really nice, really
Okay.
And then show them.
Yeah, but you could buy that and that mouse for the office if you want to.
I didn't want to stretch. I did bought something that is still very good.
Yeah.
Top left corner.
Okay. Yeah. But you can upgrade later then, I guess, if you want, if you need.
And then
I really recommend this mouse. It's the Logitech MX.
Looking at this, I bought something actually because I bought something before from AliExpress. It's working great, so there was no need to actually.
Yeah.
On the keyboard, but not.
Yeah. Nice.
But this is kind of good place to live for now. It's still relatively cheap. However, the thing that we claim to belong to European Union.
Very nice.
Many benefits for us.
off to a great start.
God dag alle sammen. I dag skal vi altså høre på studentene. Vi snakker litt og vi tester litt, og mikrofonen funker garantert, ikke sant Mikael? Mikael og Rune har ståkontroll på lyd og bilde, så jeg er ikke bekymret i det hele tatt. Ikke sant, det er gjengen der inne. Ja. Ja, vi har mikk og kamera og HDMI-splitter og det er alt, vi har alt. Vi sparer ikke på utstyret. Så, nei, ellers har vi det bra. Ikke sant?
Ja,
det er ok.
Greit.
Så det er bare fordelt den her linken.
Ja, ok. Mikael sier den lager en sånn her coming soon.
Ja, vi har jo den der.
Nei, men det, ja, det kan du si.
Fredrik?
Her.
Jeg må på deg.
Ok.
Han forstår ikke hvordan det er.
Skarne? Hæ? Skarne der? Ja, Skarne. Ja, det er det. Jeg flyttet på Vess, så men det er kanskje bare laget.
Ja, det är därför då.
Nei,
det är mikrofon liksom.
Den her mikrofonen.
En stor ulempe er at man må logge inn for å kommentere. Man må logge inn med Google.
Ja.
Men det har ikke alle Google.
Jo da.
Men folk får bara skriva här.
Ja.
Hur många är det?
Sources kan du legge til media source.
Ja, jo kanske.
Create new.
Ja, där, ja, du kan lägga in.
Er det riktig at
Så
det
det
er
er
det?
sånn at det er,
Hva er det som er linken der?
Oi, såpass.
Har du någon musik så jag är
Men den er ikke broadcastet sånn sett.
Nei.
Men du kan sende den til Molly i teorien hvis du vil.
Nei, det er så bra.
Tre minutter, 36. Det er sånn. Loop.
Mm. Da vil jeg begynne.
Ok. Audio input capture.
Ja.
Det som den?
Ja.
er godt å stille opp, Bjørn.
Ja da. Ja, det tror jeg må
Der,
være.
der kan vi stole på.
Ja, jeg skal gå og spørre om den.
Du får til litt ensom.
Der kommer det sånn hett.
Ja, han sitter litt support.
Hvem da?
Reidun.
Å, Ståle.
Ståle kommer.
Send ut en ny mail.
Skriver du bare? Bare vanlig onsdag.
Kan vi feire i dag, Peter? Onsdag. Livet.
Jeg er glad for å være tilbake på jobb.
Og 5 harde uker med ferie.
Det skjer å få.
Fredrik, i pisken. Det er han stikker mellom kontorene.
Den er jo ikke Fredrik.
Ja.
Kommer ny mail fra Fredrik. I kveld, hvor mange som er på livestreamen? Hvor mange er på streamen? 6.
Shame, shame.
Shame. Technical issues, everyone. Just så att du går fel. Det är definitivt.
Ah, okej.
Det er 2 fysisk, 2 på skriv.
Du har skrevet til
Ja, jag
det.
har så stream.
Ah.
Jag har så stream.
Så dere,
Så alle de
det
seks.
er 3 hånd.
Jeg tror det står på min PC også.
Ok, det er 2. Hvem er det til alle her? En månedstens. On stream as well.
Jeg har ikke hørt fra Ole Kristian en gang. Han som ville ha champagne.
Fisheries. Represent.
Det regner i New York, snødetid.
Oi, oi, oi.
Nei. Det var kjør show, gjengen.
Okay. Yes, now they're ready. Thank you for coming, everyone. We are the summer student team this year. We got Børge, Tabassum, and myself. We were assigned to have some technical difficulties from the start. Well, that works. We were assigned to work on the Fangster platform over at the fisheries. And since we have some new faces, we decided to go through what Fangster actually is. I think just click every time, it'll probably work.
Yes. If you click one more time. Yes, in one sentence, Fangster is a platform solution for organizing catches as a catch diary, keeping trace of vessels and sending ERS messages over satellite. Some technical problem.
Click event. Nothing is working. Why?
I think you also can click on the different. Ah, nice.
There we go.
Okay, so what is ERS? ERS is the electronic catch reporting system. It's a tool to help better controlling the fishing activities. And with the help of ERS, we can assess the fish stock and sustainably manage the marine resources. Since it provides the statistics for fishing activities, it really needed or necessary for the governments and the fishing managers in all over the Europe.
Yes, the typical customers of Fangster is the fisherman, which uses the product out in the field, the buyer, which is located around the landing facilities around the coast, the skipper, which also works out in the field, and the different managers, which works in the offices. The Fangster platform consists of two branches. The first one is the portal, and the second one is the app. The portal is mainly developed to work on the shore side of the company and is used by the offices. The platform allows the offices to keep track of the vessels with live catch information. In addition, the portal is a tool for the landing facilities, which can prepare arrival for the different vessels. The main difference between the portal and the app is that the app allows more information because it requires internet communication. The app is mainly a tool for the skipper and the fisherman. The app organizes the catches as a catch diary. In addition, the app have gear reporting, which is one of the actions required from the Norwegian Directorate of Fisheries. It must work offline because the main working field for the skipper and the fisherman is offshore.
Now I am going to shed some light on the challenges we are given in this summer. First of all, to visualize information in such manner so that it provides a better overview for the sea-level people and the skipper. And secondly, to implement features that will help the skipper to easily perform their day-to-day task. And these are the requirements where we are provided. The system should work on any kind of platform, and it should support offline map. And the offline map should use as much as little space as possible, and the map should contain different kinds of layers and information, and the layers and the information can be toggled.
Okay, so we set off with an initial task board of 7 main backlog items. We needed to improve the map in the portal, add the vessels to the map to give an overview. We needed a map in the app, which was not existing at the moment. We need to help send the ERS messages through the app. We wanted to show the catch map, add layers, and provide more visualization in the insight page. So, after 45 days, we ended with completing all backlog items. We've added some new features, done some optimization of both our own and existing features, and overall improvements to both performance and user experience. So, because nothing goes wrong ever on a live demo, we decided to entertain you a bit with one and to show you what we've actually accomplished in these
Now
weeks.
let's jump into the demo. My escape is not working.
Should be stuck.
This
Should we get a new keyboard?
Yeah, I should probably.
3 dots.
Okay.
No, add sections.
why?
Try this one.
And show.
Edge. There we go.
Nice.
So here we see this is the app of the system. The skipper can send different kinds of messages through it. Currently, when a skipper had to provide a position for any fishing activities, for example, the position for fishing activity, then the user had to manually type in the latitude and the longitude of that position, which is not totally user friendly at all. So now we have provided the option so that the user can select the position from the map. Here you see, previously the user had to provide the latitude, longitude by manually typing, but now here we have provided the option. The user can see the position and they can select any position from the map, and the position will be updated here. Now I want to show you another feature. Previously, the user had to remember all these Greek names of the catch areas, which is not totally user-friendly at all. It's not feasible for a skipper, but now what a skipper can do, he can easily see the catch areas in the map, and he can easily select any position from any catch area from the map, and it will update it here. So these are the two features I wanted to show you from the ERS. Now I want to go to the portal. Here we go. This is the portal. Here we see.
Sometimes it hangs up a bit.
Okay. So here we see several kinds of vessels in the map. The marker for a vessel indicating their current position and the direction of the vessel. And if we zoom in a bit, we'll see the trace of the vessel. There are two kinds of position associated with a vessel: the AIS position and the VMS position. So now the user can choose what kind of position for a vessel they want to see by toggling it from here. Previously it was not presented here. So initially only the VMS position will be shown, but if there is no VMS position present for any vessel, then the AIS position will be toggled automatically here, and the AIS position will be shown. And previously, in each 5 minutes, all the markers were updated in the map, but we have done some performance enhancement here. Currently, if the position or the trace is not changed, then the marker will not be refreshed, thus it will enhance the performance a bit. And here you see this show trace button. If the checkbox is unchecked, then the trace will be removed, and also we will not fetch the trace from the API, so that it reduces the network traffic. But when this will be checked, then we will fetch all the traces and all the information. Now we have added a bunch of layers on top of the map. For example, the ICS areas, the catch locations, the maritime the maritime borders, and the weather reports. We can toggle between these areas, and here we see this is the maritime borders, this is the ICS areas, and we can also see the weather report in the map. When the weather report, this checkbox will be checked, then if we click on the map, then we'll get the weather of that specific position. And here we see we're getting 3 kinds of weather data: the temperature, the wind speed, and the wind direction here. So now I'm handing over to Sigurd.
Börge?
Okay, sorry, Borgia.
Yeah, I can take over here. One of the main guidelines we got was to give more value for the C-level people of the company. So if we just go back to the VMS position. So this map is for the offices because it's in the portal. We have the possibility to click on the vessel marker and get live data from the current trip. You see now my vessel is on an active trip and have some catch on board. By clicking on the vessel marker, we get the catch operations here. and they are organized in a cluster if they are overlapping. So we can zoom into the catch operations, and we see the number of weight at the catch operation. By clicking on the catch operation, we get the stop marker where the catch was ended, in addition to the start and stop position, the duration of the catch. So this was a very speedy boat, going from this position to that in 7 minutes. And we get a table of the different species from that catch. We can open multiple catch pop-ups at the same time to compare. And this one have 0 kilograms because the catch operation is still active. So it's been ongoing since yesterday. That was probably what you want to see from this. In the inside page we've added a similar functionality. But this includes more information about the fleet. You see, we have selected all the vessels from the fleet, and they have a color associated with the vessel. We can select the different vessels we want to have in the map. But to give an overview of the fleet, we can have everyone. You see, for example, here we are automatically zoomed in. I can see that Tabassum like to fish onshore. Yes. Then I hand it over to Sigurd.
Yes, and now we'll go back to the app, which will usually be on a phone, but I'll show you from here. So, in addition to providing an app to the fishermen and skippers, they're out on the sea all the way over here with no internet connection. So what they have the option of now are these wonderful new buttons here. When they start out, let's say if we go down to Tromsø, we can see our own current position right here. If we want to take a trip, let's do a short one to avoid spending so much time, to one of these islands up here, we can zoom in on what we want, press the download button, it'll give us an estimate on how much data is going to be saved. How much data is saved is dependent on some options we've set, because there are different zoom levels, and for each zoom level there is a number of tiles. There are lots of optimizations to be done there in regards to what to actually download, but that's for either the function team to fix or us in the future. Let's just do a smaller one so it doesn't take too long. So if we download this now, it'll start downloading the tiles from the map. Oh, that was a quick one. If we see, we can delete them if we want here. And we also have functionality to pan to our current position. To prove that I'm not lying to you, let's try to simulate a bit of a network issue. Even with glasses, it's a bit hard, I'm sorry. No cache, because we're not cheating today. And we go offline. So now the tiles are being fetched from the local database instead of the tile provider online. So if we go outside the border of what we viewed earlier, nothing is being able to retrieve. So it'll try to catch them from the actual tile server, notice nothing is working, and then get it from us itself. It actually makes it faster as well if you have a slow connection, because it's just retrieving it from an in-browser database. We'll go back online. Let's see if this is working well today. Yeah, we've also added a functionality to switch maps. Right now we can see a coastal map if we want instead. That is also optional in the portal map, but because of the download functionality, we need to completely switch out layers here. In the portal you can add it as an overlay, so you get the rest of the world and the Norwegian coastline on top of it if you want. And this provides a lot more information for the sailor regarding sea depths and things to worry about when you're in a boat and these circles that I have no idea what to do. And that's pretty much it for the demonstration now. See if we can get
Fantastic.
let's see if we can get back to this in time. Before you start asking all your questions, we'll give our
Okay, so we tried our best to implement all of the features as much as bug-free as possible, but we still recommend to test it, and we also recommend to use our implemented features in Funkster, and the offline maps, the layers, you can use it, and also you can tweak the offline maps and see what happens there. And also now we are using raster tiles in the map, so you can also use the vector tiles there. So these are the recommendations from us. Now if you have any question, go to the next slide.
There we go.
If you have any question regarding
This is going straight to production.
Okay.
It looks amazing. Really good.
Thank you.
Yes, you have done a fantastic job.
Thank you.
So what is that tech stack that you use?
Sorry?
The technological stack that you use?
Okay, we have used the Angular. It was implemented on Angular for the front end and the back end .NET.
Okay.
And for the map functionality, we have used Leaflet.
What do you have call it? Oh, sorry.
Leaflet for map.
Did you interview like users of Funkster before you started out, or was it kind of requested?
No, we got a request from
We
the
got
team.
the entire house.
Ah, well, there you go. Yeah.
Björn did that job.
That and only Christian gave some do this.
Gotcha.
With the nautical map, is that just an overlay on the leaflet?
On Portal, it's an overlay on top of the regular world map, just to provide more information. Because the coastal map misses information outside of the Norwegian waters, so Britain disappears, everything like that. So in the Portal, we've been able to add it on top as a layer. Because the download functionality is tied to only one layer, we couldn't do that there, so there it's only the Norwegian coastal map for now.
So you can't do the nautical map and the ISIS areas, for instance. As
That we can do.
You can
ISIS, the ISIS areas is completely
A layer on top of the
yeah, and that's data fetched locally, so that is independent from everything
Only
else.
the weather data is fetching from the EU API, that is free totally, but the other areas, ICS areas, catch location, and the national maritime borders, they are fetching locally.
Yeah.
So we have like saved those data in the locally, and then we're
So
fetching
that's geodata.
Yeah.
them. GeoJSON data.
That's it.
Okay. Any other questions?
Anything
I'm
online?
waiting on the chat.
Any donations?
No subscribers, donations yet. Just wait a few minutes, then we can move on.
Just a question about this weather overlay.
Okay.
Was that kind of current situation?
Ah,
you were
yes,
collecting?
it's
yeah, it's not,
it's
it's
live.
not a forecast or something.
No, it's live.
Yeah,
It's from Iran.
Yes, it's from here.
Do you provide? They provide the same in the it could be a forecast also, or
Yes, it
they
could be a
provide-
forecast also. They provided different kinds of APIs,
Yeah.
so I have used a live one.
Was it challenging?
Yes.
Did you think you were going to get this far? When you
No,
started?
honestly, when we saw the task board first, we thought it would take a lot longer. But that was also Tabassum had experience with Angular, but me and Børge were completely new, so we had to spend a few weeks in the start to learn the
And it-
framework and everything.
And it took some time to get into the, for me, large code base.
Yeah. Some comments would have been helpful.
Documentation.
Don't be ridiculous.
Okay, so we have questions from YouTube chat. Ole Christian is asking, AIS positions, they are fetched from Barents Watch.
Yes, Barents Watch API, and we are fetching data from history API and the live API. When the show trace checkbox is checked, then we will fetch the data from historic API, and when the checkbox is not checked, we will fetch the data from the live API. Thus, we are reducing the network traffic.
Okay. Okay. Another question. Weather data from EAR. What is the cost for us?
Cost?
Yeah.
That's
No, it's
open
free.
API.
It's free.
It's free, Lars.
It's free.
Another question. How long history does Barents Watch API provide?
Last 24 hours.
Okay. You can say it.
Last 24 hours.
I guess your vessel is connected to Hurtigruten.
Yes, you provide
So
the
that's
MMSI to my vessel, so I'm getting data from my vessel.
So the trace you saw was from Geirangerfjord.
What do you think is the biggest success story from the technological point of view that you might have? Something that you are proud of.
The offline map, getting that to work was a lot of work.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest task for the group, which Sigurd completed.
Could you explain a little bit why was it that hard?
Well, it was mostly because you have to deal. How Leaflet works in general is that you give it a map and it has all the coordinates, and then it fetches tiles, which are simply just PNG files, from a server by providing a zoom level, an X coordinate, and a Y coordinate. And it does this automatically. So when you want to start storing them locally instead of at the server, you have to do a bit of magic to get it to actually fetch it and then store it locally. So what we ended up using is an index DB, so in-browser database, because it's one of those progressive web apps, and it fetches the tiles and then stores it in a key value store. And then if it has its, whenever you start trying to fetch more files by either zooming in or moving around, it first checks if it's stored locally and then fetches that tile from there instead. And getting all of that to work was a hassle.
Sounds good, thank you.
Okay, another question. Are the new features tested on Android and iOS or only Windows?
Only Windows. But it should, in theory, work. We'll see when start doing and all the bugs start popping up. No, the closest we've been able to test on mobile devices is simply using the browser debugging or developer tools.
So what kind of crazy feature that you thought about you weren't implemented yet?
The one feature which is not implemented is the gear reporting, or use the map for gear reporting. But that didn't depend on us, it did depend on Barents Watch or something. It wasn't in our hands, so we didn't manage to do that.
Yeah, but that would have been cool. You would have been able to like draw fishing lines on the map to report it.
All right.
Have you enjoyed this task?
We'll get to that.
There you go.
Okay, our experience. So what have we learned? Code review, really easy. Don't worry about it. Eurosquad has all the best offers. Tetris is great, we've gotten good at it. And plants are really, really difficult. But we've actually got 2 alive now, so that's progress. We've actually had a really great time. It's been a lot of fun to work as a professional development team for once and not just student groups. Both the workflow and all the GitHub integrations and dev boards meetings, it's been fun. We've gotten to learn a lot of new technologies, both programming languages and tools and dev servers and everything. We've gotten some actual industry insight, both into here at Dualog, but also into the fisheries and how that works in Norway. And we've had a great time. You've been really nice to work with.
Yeah. And at last, we want to say thank you for having us, and we're all looking forward to continue working with you guys. So thank you for the attention.
What now, Fredrik?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just say on behalf of the fisheries team, and Gunhild couldn't be here today, but this is just amazing. You have done great work, and I'm so happy that you will stay in Dualog.
Thank you.
So,
And we also want to thank Gunhild. We have learned a lot from Gunhild.
yeah,
She
that's
sent a lovely message
Yeah.
yesterday on Slack. So.
fantastic. And I guess coming in here during summer when everyone else are kind of out of office, lazy, chilling out, I mean, it's just extraordinary, the effort you have given it. So, yeah, congratulations.
All right. Then we're done.
Thank you.
Yeah.